Hey guys, Marble Tyler here, and I'm back, and I'm doing another video on Black Ops 4, and this time with Battlefield 5. Now, both games seem to have messed up their release, like trailer and their information. COD fans are really divided over Black Ops 4 because it's kind of Black Ops 2, but not really. It's a little more like Black Ops 3. There's no single player. All these other things, they're kind of crazy. And then Battlefield, we have no premium, which is great, but what's with the female prosthetic arm lady or whatever? Like, that's not really an accurate representation of World War II. Not to say that, women didn't have a role, but it's just a very strange, portrayal of World War II. And so fans of both games are really divided and kind of frustrated with their companies. So what I wanted to do in this video is we're just going to break down a comparison, see which game might have the better value, which game might have the better value to you as a player, and what matters to you and what doesn't. So we're just going to go through some categories here, and we're going to see who has what. So right off the bat, let's start with single player. Battlefield 5 has war stories, very similar to Battlefield 1. They're individual stories telling the different perspectives of different characters. So instead of having one character that goes through this war and this war and this war and this war, and they're fighting all these things, you're following a couple different characters. You get a couple different backgrounds, a couple different stories, and they're short. They're anywhere between an hour they're from a half hour to an hour and a half. They have multiple settings, multiple gameplay styles, and honestly, it's a really good way to intro you to the multiplayer and tell some interesting stories. Black Ops 4 has no single player. There's no single player content whatsoever in terms of a traditional campaign. So already, play games for the single player. Battlefield 5 doesn't have much of an offering, but at least it has an offering. Up next, let's talk about multiplayer. So for Battlefield 5, we have Classic Conquest and other game modes. Classic Conquest will be returning, just like way back when in Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, etc. They're going to have expanded new game modes like the Grand Operations. Operations was a mode from Battlefield 1 that was highly successful, and they'll be remaking that into a bigger mode, into more than just a Rush clone, which is great because Operations was fantastic. It features just large-scale warfare, large-scale destruction, vehicles, all this other awesomeness. So it should be good. It should be a Battlefield game, true and true, just with a really weird design. Now, it's going to be tweaked and everything. It's not going to be Battlefield 1. It'll be a little bit closer to, a Battlefield 4 style World War II game. So, I don't know how to describe it. But in terms of multiplayer, it is there in its classic game modes. Same thing with Black Ops. Black Ops 4, the small scale, tight, innovative maps. That there's no wall running, but there's siege-like abilities going around. Hero shooter elements, similar to Rainbow Six Siege or Overwatch, and be able to put cover down. There's kill streaks, it's fast-paced, classic game modes. You're going to have hardpoint, you're going to have team deathmatch, kill confirmed. Just classic game modes that true and true. So honestly, in multiplayer, both of them are just staying true to what they have. I mean, they're changing things, some things significantly, some things not, on both sides. But if you're a fan of one multiplayer over the other, and you're buying this game for multiplayer, then it's not going to change, what you buy this game for. Battlefield multiplayer is Battlefield multiplayer. Black Ops multiplayer is Black Ops multiplayer. Now, Black Ops multiplayer is significantly different in that it has more of hero shooter elements, and there's no auto regen for health, and you also have a longer time to kill. So, take that as it is. Black Ops 4 will be significantly different, and you might like it a little bit better than the traditional COD. But regardless, it's still COD. It's still Call of Duty. You're going to be used to it. Moving on to co-op. Battlefield 5 is actually going to feature a co-op mode this time around. They're 4-player cooperative missions. I don't remember the name of them, but essentially they're 4-player cooperative missions which involve some sort of objective or almost like a potential base takedown. I don't really know the details. They didn't really announce many details, but what they did announce with it, like in 4-player cosmetically, you can change your character to look whatever. The example they used is paratrooping down into a base and then going from there with the objective, etc., etc. But they're approaching it as kind of like an introduction to the game. Even more of an intro than just the campaign. So, be that as it may, I don't know how fleshed out this element is. We haven't really seen it since Battlefield 3, I think, or Battlefield 4, one of the two, and they're kind of approaching it as just a tutorial mode. Black Ops 4, on the other hand, will be featuring expansive, awesome, zombies mode, which is going to have 3 maps instead of 1 or 2 sometimes in the past. You have 3 zombies maps, one of which is a remake of a fan favorite, Black Ops 2's Mob of the Dead. The next is going to be on the Titanic, so you're going to have this awesome, it reminds me a lot of Mob of the Dead, honestly, the trailer. Of course, doesn't show any gameplay, so I don't know how that'll be, but features an all-new cast. You're on Titanic, you're fighting zombies, and then there's another one where it's actually medieval, and it's trying something new because there's no ranged weapons. It's all melee weapons from what the trailer shows us. So it's going to have an expansive extremely addicting zombies. Of course, we don't know how Easter egg focused it will be, but it is a very in-depth cooperative mode, much more than Battlefield 5. Up next, and I don't know why we have to make this category, but we do, Battle Royale. First of all, for Black Ops 5, for Battlefield 5, there is no confirmed Battle Royale mode whatsoever. No hints of it, nothing implying that it's going to be there, nothing whatsoever. Now for Black Ops 4, on the other hand, it will feature a Battle Royale mode. It will have an unset amount of characters, but going off the trailer and counting, something like 150 is what the rumor is. It will have, vehicles to traverse the map. The maps are going to be compiled of, or the map is going to be compiled of different fan favorite Call of Duty maps. Cosmetically, you're going to be able to play as any of your favorite characters from across the Black Ops series or other games. So if you liked, Woods from Black Ops 1, you can play as him. If you liked Richtofen from Zombies, you can play as him. Any character you can think of, it will be in there cosmetically. It will also be featuring weapons from all the different eras. So you have, modern-ish, future, and past, which will be really interesting. It will be really cool, and essentially, it could be amazing, it could be lackluster, but it does feature a Battle Royale mode. Black Ops 5 doesn't. So if you're in that Battle Royale craze and you love Fortnite and PUBG, Black Ops 4 has this edge. And up last, DLC. Now for Battlefield 5, there is no, post-launch season pass. There will be post-launch cosmetics, but no season pass. No expansions and premium or whatever. So it's all free post-launch content, but we have no idea what that's going to include, because if we're not getting expansions like we did in the past, how many free maps are we going to get versus how many cosmetic items are we going to get? We don't know. It is EA. But that being said, no season pass. Now regarding Black Ops 4, there's no confirmed, DLC, season pass, etc. There will be post-launch content, but we don't know. We don't know if there's going to be a season pass. We don't know, if it's what's gonna contain. The rumor is that there will only be a season pass for the zombies mode, but you will get free maps and it'll all be microtransaction cosmetics, just like Battlefield 5 for the multiplayer and the Black Ops or the Battle Royale mode. So take that as it is. I don't know, how you feel about that. There's no confirmed season pass, but that doesn't mean there won't be one. In terms of DLC, it looks like both these games, especially for multiplayer, will probably be having free post-launch content, and be that as it may, it will feature microtransactions, but no DLC, so I don't know how you want to approach that, but essentially this is your comparison. These are all the details we know right now, pre-E3, Battlefield 5, and Call of Duty's Black Ops 4. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave it a like. As for STG subscribers, we're back on the routine, we're back on the schedule of daily uploads, essentially, as long as work doesn't interfere. But I am ready for E3, I'll be making a ton of videos next week, so if you want to stay tuned to that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, I hope to see you guys in the game.